Raising Unicorns.
Harmon Brothers.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Raising Unicorns. I'm Shane Rickard.
I'm Shay McCombs.
Today we have a little something different. We're gonna change it up a little bit. So Shay has gone and gotten a bunch of headlines that we're gonna react to. We got some really good ones. Shay, let's start off with the first one today.
It's time for the marketing headlines.
Okay, so the New York Yankees are now selling ad space. Just a little like logo on their sleeve, not on the back. That would be anti-American.
I love how in European soccer, they're like, "Is there anywhere left on the jersey?" There, nailed it.
Yeah.
50,000 quid.
Yeah.
Do it. Sell it now.
Yeah.
And then in the United States, it's like in basketball, it's like a square right there.
Yeah.
And then now baseball, it's like a square right there.
A tiny thing. I know.
It's so funny because I actually think, I don't know, to me, I'm like, I don't really care. Like, I follow Formula One, and those cars are covered like head to toe. I mean, I do think the design would be way better when there's no sponsorships on the livery.
Right.
But it's one of those things where it's kind of like, I don't know, it's part of the sport. Like, it's an expensive sport. It takes a lot of money to run Formula One teams, like upwards of $1 billion for a team. So,
but do you feel like any of that branding actually stands out when there are so many sponsors all cluttered together?
That's a good point. I know that Duracell is a sponsor of Williams because the air intake is actually the shape of a Duracell battery, which is really smart. Good design. I think Tezos has a sponsorship on the Red Bull car, which is a cryptocurrency, because I own some Tezos, but that's probably the only reason why. Coca-Cola's on McLaren. Ray-Ban is always on Ferrari. Same with Shell Oil. Yeah. But that's because they've been on there for a long, long time.
Yeah. Those brands are already so
super
well known. You almost recognize the brand more than like the person. At least I would. I wouldn't know the person, but I'd be like, that's Coca-Cola.
You're not into Formula One.
Yeah.
But to be fair, on basketball, I'm trying to remember who it is. I can't remember if I think it's the Dallas Mavericks, has Ibotta on their sleeve, and I think about that all the time.
Really?
I've never used Ibotta, but I have looked it up because of it, and I'm more aware now of what it is. So I think it can work, but it's not like an immediate return, and it's definitely something that only big companies, tech companies, can have any kind of meaningful impact with, because they already have huge timelines for customer acquisitions, or they're just building awareness.
I just want someone to start, a celebrity to start selling tattoo space to brands so you can buy a tattoo on Justin Bieber. That'd be cool, right?
You'd have to do washed up celebrities that just have no way of making money.
One of the people from Friends, not Jennifer Aniston. I don't know their other names.
Buy a back tattoo on David Schwimmer for $20 million.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Okay, next headline. Twitter ad revenue is down 50% since Elon Musk took over the company in October of 2022, which is crazy.
Did you know this? I'm surprised it hasn't gone down more.
Oh man, I mean, in Thread, right, which is Meta's competition. Yeah, they downloaded 100,000 people downloaded the first it was the first 12 hours or something.
Yeah, 100 million downloads in less than a week.
100 million in less than a week,
which is good.
That's insane.
It's crazy.
I mean, the active user base of Twitter is only a couple 100 million to begin with. So, I mean, are you surprised by this, Shay?
No. Partially because of the blue, the
check
giving
mark
verification
debacle
to everybody, and people said, they said, Elon, buddy,
if
you're
you
losing me.
Yeah.
And Elon was like, no.
And I think Twitter was always a little bit of a cesspool, and it's always a little bit mean. It might the only thing that might be meaner is YouTube comments where it's ew, cringe, kill yourself.
Yeah. KYS. Yeah, I used to love Twitter, and it's cool because it's you can be clever, and it's the written word can come alive.
Pen is mightier than the sword.
Yeah, which is cool. But yeah, I think it a lot of people felt oh, but I'm not heard on this platform anymore, and so that's
didn't listen to him. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. If Meta does a good job on Thread, because the one thing that's so great about Twitter is just the instantaneous conversation around something that's immediately happening. That's why it's so big in sports. It's because people are tweeting as stuff is happening on live TV or during Oscars or whatever.
Yeah, instant news.
Other than that, it's a huge new market for
Yeah.
additional people to advertise on.
But Elon said something like a certain number, X thousands of dollars he's giving to like Twitter creators. Yeah. Which is cool.
Which is really cool.
Hopefully that does something.
Hopefully. Okay, so this headline is for a movie, which we love here. And it's from a company that we love here.
Yes.
So the headline is Pixar's marketing like an out-of-touch stepdad?
Oh, man.
Which I have a stepdad, and he is so out of touch.
And I could have a stepdad if my mom would get out there. And we're saying this all because a lot of people are critiquing Pixar's marketing attempt for the movie Elemental.
And I think it speaks volumes about it because, one, I'm a huge Pixar fan. One of my very favorite movies of all time is a Pixar movie, and I haven't seen it. And I have 4 kids under the age of 10.
Yeah. And I did see it mostly because
You're a child. Got
I'm
it.
a child. Movies. I love them. I'm a fire person. Getting an icy. Delicious. Anyway, but I saw the preview multiple times and I had no idea what it was about at all. It's just like, okay, cool animation. Sure, let's like.
But like
let's
we've seen that before.
Yeah.
It's like that caliber of animation. It's not like
and
they're getting
it's paid
way
off.
better. Yeah.
But one thing in particular that people are critiquing this movie for is Pixar's like official account on TikTok was like posting videos trying to advertise for Elemental. And I'm going to show Shane one.
I haven't seen this. She told me about it before, but I have not seen it. Wait. This is actually Pixar's account?
This is Pixar's real account.
What?
Yeah. Okay. So the whole thing is like they're saying the whole audience when Claude shows up, and Claude is this like tiny little tree man,
like a dirt pile,
with
some grass. No, that's what he is. He's a dirt pile with some grass on his head.
He's a big dirt pile, grass head, and
grass head, armpit flower.
Yeah, and he grows an armpit flower, and the crowd goes wild just when he comes out. And I've seen the movie. Claude is in maybe like he has 4 lines maybe, and he's not the best part.
And my guess is they were trying to make it be like, oh man, like I gotta go see this movie so I understand why people are freaking out when Claude comes on. Like, is he super amazing or funny or awesome?
Yeah, like, oh, Claude's gonna be huge, cute Claude. And I think like maybe they were basing this on like past movies where it's like, you know, Moana's like chicken guy, like the little chicken. Hey, yeah. And it's like, okay, cute, fun.
I saw that movie a lot of times and no one cheered in the theater for freaking Hey.
Exactly.
Like, what?
And I think it felt so weird. Like they get roasted. Pixar is roasted in the comments because I think people are like, why are you speaking for me? You seem like you don't know me like a weird stepdad. It's like, why? It's like, hey, bud, call me dad. And I know everything about you. And it's like, I guess you don't understand us. It's just so crazy that Pixar missed the mark so much. Like, especially on this like app with a lot of people who like would go see the movie, but I think a lot of people saw that and they were like, if a kid like having a flower poke out is the best part, like why would I see this?
Which wasn't that funny.
Not that funny.
We did some marketing for a movie recently, so we've been watching the box office numbers closely, but Elemental has been one of those ones that's like held on for a long time and actually it's grown back up. Yeah,
so it was like the second worst Pixar flop
opening
weekend ever. And so
that's including Cars 2, everybody.
Yeah, which if you've seen that movie,
it's the worst.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, Elemental has a lot of good parts of that movie. There's like a lot of
that don't include Claude.
But then over time, like, it's doing way more successfully globally. I think. Let's see, it's made like 250 million over that. I don't know. I can't say exact numbers. I'm an English major.
256.8 million.
Yeah, and which is like a stark difference from it didn't even have 30 million on opening weekend,
which is crazy.
Yeah, which is really low.
Because the indie film that we advertised for got 8 million.
opening weekend.
And this is a Disney film.
Yeah, a
A
Pixar,
Disney
a big
film.
deal.
Like, not even just Disney, Pixar.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it was like people realized like, oh, this is a good movie, and there was like more sharing of it. But originally, I truly think Pixar like hurt the opening weekend of it.
That's like such a dumb thing to do. That's like, hey, you know what we should do for marketing episode 1 of Star Wars?
Yeah.
Let's lead out with Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks. Anyways, I think really it's just a sign that like Pixar had a good product that like clearly the numbers show people liked that product, but they weren't in touch with their audience to know what they liked about it.
Like that feels like it's a really simple thing to do, like in an audience test, to be like, what characters did you like?
Do you resonate with?
I wonder if they just had like one really compelling kid who just wrote down on his like post like survey of like, dude, Claude, so funny. What a baller.
Which again, it's like a lot of good movie. I know there's like mixed reviews, but like truly like really good stuff in there. But I think maybe that meant that they didn't put focus on the marketing aspect of it, and maybe this is like a call to them to say like, hey, it actually does matter. You can't like rely on your brand so much that you forget about that.
Well, and I think I look at like really, really good films that have had terrible marketing.
Yeah.
Like I think about like Live, Die, Repeat / Edge of Tomorrow.
Haven't even heard of it. It's about their marketing.
That's So it was a movie that had Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt in it.
Oh.
And it was based on a Japanese manga that was amazing.
Oh.
And then they just didn't know how to market it, and it just looked like a super generic like science fiction movie, like alien invasion film. And then it got like really good reviews, and like it's a great movie, but then they kept on changing the name of it, and like, but all their marketing just like was just like, look at Tom Cruise like kicking butt. It's like, oh, is this Mission Impossible with like mech suits?
Yeah.
And it was just like it flopped horribly because they just did not know how to articulate what was unique about the movie.
Yeah.
And like, which a lot of it was the chemistry between Emily Blunt and Tom Cruise, and this kind of like unique science fiction concept, but they didn't give any of that away in the film. It was just like, cool explosion, Edge of Tomorrow, just kidding, Live, Die, Repeat, just kidding, it's something else in Europe, I don't even remember. They have like 4 names for this thing across different regions. So I feel like it's like an example of like, you really have to know what makes your product special and what makes people be like, oh, I liked that about this thing. Like it's like the aha moment, or the thing of like that after you watch it or after you use a product, like, why did you like it? What was the thing that was like your moment of delight? Yeah.
And I think like, again, Elemental is like a beautiful story about immigration and like loving people despite your differences. And like, I wish I had known that going in, and I wish everyone knew that going in, because it's like, oh, that's a really beautiful story that people should see, and it has nothing to do with Claude, the and the pubescent tree.
No, that I think that I don't want to bag on Pixar. I love them, even though I felt betrayed by Good Dinosaur.
And we're happy to do marketing for
Pixar.
Wish we'd love to, but
love to meet
Ed
Catmull and just shake his hand and be like, yo, you used to go to University of Utah. I live in Utah. We're basically best friends. Can I do your marketing? So, Ed Catmull, I think you're over at Disney now, but someone from Pixar, we love you.
We love you. We're not trying to shade you. You know what you've done. And we're just saying what other people say.
We just want your product to shine.
Yeah.
Because it's way better than the marketing represented.
Yeah.
And I think we could help you do that.